Hi, hello, I'm Sugar, and this is my team's Sanguine depth route made by our tank Kips. This route works on both fortified and tyrannical weeks. You will need 2 invisibility pots or a means of stealth. Since our group has a rogue, we use shrouds in both areas. The route works best with a Venthyr in the group, but is doable without one. The dungeon is pretty linear, so I won't be spending a lot of time on explaining the pulls. This footage is from a +18 fortified, bursting, volcanic, prideful week. Pull 1 is a double pull with 8 mobs in total. We use hero and all of our CDs on this pull. Our Venthyr opens the lantern when the mobs get lower in HP to maximize our stacks. Utilize any stuns and interrupts the group has here. Pull 2, we brought back to the lantern and gained an extra stack of the buff. This is optional and you can just tank them where they are if your lantern is about to run out. Pull 3 combines the brute and the tick from the other room. Stay close so the brute doesn't jump too far away. After these are down, you need to skip into the room. You do not need an invis pot or shroud here, just wait for the brute to path away from the doorway to avoid pulling. Pull 4 is 5 ticks. Make sure to utilize interrupts on these. Pull 5 is a brute and ticks. After these mobs are down, the first pride spawns. Pull 6 is the first boss. The only trick I have is to have your range DPS run all the way to the other end of the room to spawn the balls. This only works for the first one with movement speed ups. Stagger them as best you can otherwise. Pull 7 is 3 oppressors and 4 acolytes. The acolytes do not give bursting stacks, so blast away. We like to use AoE interrupts on these to help mitigate the spells being cast. If you don't have a lot of coordination and interrupts, do this in 2 pulls. Pull 8 is just a sentinel, don't be in front. Pull 9 is a 3-pack with a Grand Overseer. Focus the Overseer as they are the most annoying and deadly out of the 3. Break the chains by running away or by using Shapeshift if you're a druid. We open the Venthyr lantern here when the mobs get lower HP. Pull 10 is the same thing. Try to DPS them down in time to get more stacks from the lantern. Here is the first skip that you need stealth or invis for. Watch out for the pathing mob, don't run into it with your face. Pull 11 is a 3-pack right after going through the gate. Once these are down, the second pride spawns. Pull 12 is another 3-pack. This group is near a lantern, but skip that for now, it will be used after the second boss is down. There can sometimes be a sentinel here, their spawn points are random per dungeon. For pull 13, head back the other way and grab the 3-pack. Chain pull this group into the pat when it's close enough. We accidentally grabbed the sentinel here that should have been the start of pull 14. We combined the rest of pull 14 with pull 15 here. Pull 16, the tank should grab the ghouls and the group should head back to the Venthyr lantern we just passed. Not the one we left up at the start of the hallway, that's for after the second boss. We grabbed the vestige of doubt we missed here as well. The third pride spawns after these mobs are down. Pull 17 is the second boss with pride buff and hero. After the boss is down, double back the way you came for pull 18, a 3-pack with a scribe, vestige, and fury. These are pathers. Use the Venthyr lantern when they get lower to maximize stacks. Pull them into the next 3-pack with 2 scribes and a warden. Pull 19 is 6 mobs that includes ghouls, a feather, a scribe, and a chamber sentinel. Pull 20 are the last remaining mobs in this circular hallway. Once these mobs are down, head to the next area. Pull 21 is 3 oppressors, one of them will be a pathing mob. Pull 22 are the remaining 2 mobs in this room. The 4th pride spawns after these mobs are down. Pull 23 is the 3rd boss. We rotate our immunities here. We do this so those without immunities can pick up 4 gold balls instead of 3. Pull 24 is up the stairs from the boss. We like to pull them back into this area so we don't aggro any of the other mobs. Next is the last skip in this map. It is very important to stick to the wall for this, whether you are stealthed or using an invis pot. If there's a rogue in the group, let them go first and use distract. This skip can wipe a group, so be very careful. Pulls 25 through 28 are all part of the gauntlet. Take it at your own pace and try to avoid pulling any extra mobs that are flying on the left side. PSA to any shamans watching, the rock elemental will pull absolutely every mob in that area, so use it with caution here. If you have a Venthyr in the group, don't forget to use the lantern. Pull 29 is an 8-pack of mobs, and Pride spawns during or after all of them are down, depending on if you accidentally pulled any extras in the gauntlet. Pull 30 is the last boss. You can sometimes avoid the dot from the Wicked Blade if you move quickly enough, but I've only been able to pull this off while I have the Pride buff up. That's the only tip I have for this one. I hope you found this pull-by-pull breakdown helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Okay, bye!